Hello students, I am your English mentor and today I have come to you with a very interesting topic and it's called the milkmaid and her pail. So you are going to understand very new messages and lessons in this particular topic. Are you excited to learn a little more? Yes. So let's start off. Have you heard the proverb, don't put all your eggs in one basket? This means that don't put all your investment in one single form. Why? Because if that thing doesn't work out, then all your investment is going to fail. And this is why you need to take care of the kind of investment you are making. Or in fact, do not put all your hard work into one single thing because if that doesn't work out, nothing remains. So, do you know what it means? Write down. I just shared with you the meaning of it, so don't forget to write it down. Now, without any further delay, let's just start off with the chapter. So, the characters are narrator, milkmaid, Priya, and Jojo. So, the narrator starts. Once upon a time, a milkmaid was walking to town with the pail of milk upon her head. So there was a time when a milkmaid is a young girl who sells milk. So as you can see in the image that she is the milkmaid and she is going to sell milk. So she is walking to town with a pail of milk. Pail is a bucket to carry milk in. So she has a pail on her head. What do we call a bucket which has milk inside of it? We call it pail. So she is carrying a pail on her head to town to sell it. So suddenly little Priya ran up to her. So this is Priya and she ran up to her. Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, where are you going? So she said, Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, where are you going? To town, of course, you naughty girl, to sell this pail of milk I am carrying. So she replied that I am going to town to sell the milk I have. Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, what will you do with the money you get? So after selling the milk that you have, what will you do with the money? Are you speaking to me? Yes, ma'am. So she was like, are you talking to me? To which she replied, yes. So, well, I think I will buy a fine hen that will lay plenty of eggs, but I won't eat the eggs. So, milkmaid said that after selling the milk which I have, the money I am going to receive, I am going to buy a hen. And when that hen produces or lays egg, I am not going to eat those eggs, I am going to do something else. Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, you won't get fat if you eat the eggs. So Priya said that you won't get fat even if you eat those eggs. So why are you not eating those eggs? And then Milkmaid, what did you say? Oh, oh. I said, oh, you won't. Why won't you eat the eggs? So Milkmaid then replied, like, what did you say? To which Priya said and replied, like, what will you do with the eggs then? What a silly question. I am not going to eat the eggs because I let them hatch into chicks. Why else would I not eat the eggs? Now, enough of your questions. Be off with you. So, Milkmaid replied that what a silly question it is. I am not going to eat the eggs because I want those eggs to become chicks, right? And now, that is all for today. No more questions now. Priya ran giggling to her friend Jojo. So the narrator said that after they had a conversation, then Priya just went to her friend Jojo. Priya, that snooty milkmaid looks funny carrying a pail of milk on her head. Hey Jojo, go ask her some more questions. So Priya was laughing and she was snooty. She felt very proud, that proud milkmaid, right? So she said the proud milkmaid looks funny when she carries a bucket on her head. So now you go and ask her some questions. Oh, I don't want to, said Jojo. After that, Priya replied, "Come on, Jojo, she won't bite you. She's not going to hit you or bite you. So don't worry and go up to her and ask her some questions." Jojo slowly rises from the road and walks shyly up to the milkmaid. So after that, Jojo again goes to the milkmaid. "Milkmaid, milkmaid, please stop. What are you going to do with the Achu?" So basically, Jojo was not feeling well, and also it was sneezing in the middle of the conversation. So with the chicks, when they are grown, so Jojo asked the milkmaid that what are you going to do with the chicks once they grow up? More questions? You silly children. Of course, I'll take them to the village to sell them at a good price. So once I get the hen and it lays eggs, and then more chicks are going to come out of those eggs, then what am I going to do? I'm going to take those hens to the village, and again I'm going to sell it at a good price. So Priya, whispering, ask her some more questions, Jojo. Achoo, said Jojo. "Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, what will you do? What will you do, Achoo, with the money you get?" So Jojo again asked that what are you going to do with the money you get after selling those chicks? So milkmaid, "Oh, these questions are annoying. I must move along before the milk seller closes. Why do you care what I do with the money I get?" So milkmaid replied that what are you supposed to do, or why are you so concerned about the money which I am going to get? And these questions are irritating me. They are annoying me. Why? Because I am getting late, and if the milk seller closes, then I will not be able to make any money. So Jojo said, "Well, looking at Priya, I, Achu, don't care, but she does," points to Priya. So Jojo said that I don't care about your money, but Priya does. Narrator. Priya jumps up and runs to the milkmaid, and she says, "Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, please answer this last question. It's just a teeny tiny one. Please, oh please." Milkmaid said, "All right." So Priya went up to her and she said that I want to ask one last simple question. Please answer this one, and that is going to be all for today. So Milkmaid replied, "Okay, then I am going to answer your question." After that, Priya asked, "Milkmaid, oh milkmaid, what will you do with the money that you get from selling the chicks?" "I will buy a beautiful gown, a shawl, shoes, colorful ribbons for my beautiful curly hair." So Milkmaid replied that she is going to buy a beautiful gown, shoes, hair clips, and also ribbons, up and also a shawl. With that answer, the milkmaid begins to walk like a queen. When she gives her head a little toss to show off her beautiful curly hair, the pail falls off to the ground, spilling milk all over the road. Very embarrassed, she quickly picks up the pail and runs all the way home in tears. So when after that, when she tries to, show her off her beautiful hair, then this entire bucket of milk falls on the ground, and the milk gets spilled all over the floor, and she felt very embarrassed, which is ashamed. She felt very bad and ashamed, insulted, that why did that bucket fall, and now for whatever dreams she had of selling it and earning money out of it, she was not able to do that. Now she went home as she was crying, and she could not earn anything out of it. So this just highlights the fact that do not put all your eggs in one basket, which means that the only source of earning she had was milk. And once that milk fell or it just got spilled, then there was no income or no other source left. So she was poor again. And now, since we have completed this chapter, we are going to attempt a few conceptual based questions together. So take the correct option. For every one question, we will get 3 options. And out of those 3 options, we have to choose that one single option, which is correct. So, are you going to help me identify what that one option is? Yes, let's begin. So, who was carrying the milk to the town? Priya, Jojo, or Milkmaid? Who was carrying milk? It was Milkmaid. What did the milkmaid wish to do with the money she got from selling the milk? To buy a beautiful gown, to buy a fine hen that will lay plenty of eggs, to buy a shawl. So she wanted to buy a fine hen that would lay many or plenty of eggs. After that, who along with Priya was annoying the milkmaid? Jojo, milk seller or narrator? It was Jojo who was Priya's friend. After that, who ran all the way home in tears? Jojo, Priya or Milkmaid? It was Milkmaid who went back home crying. Why? Because her entire pail or the bucket which she was carrying full of milk had already fallen and all the milk had got spilt on the floor. So, who said these words and to whom? Are you speaking to me? Who said this? Milkmaid said it to Priya. So you can write Milkmaid said this to Priya. And then, why don't you eat the eggs? This was said by Priya to Milkmaid. So you will write Priya to Milkmaid. And then, what are you going to do with the chicks when they are grown? So this was asked by Jojo from, this was said by Jojo to the milkmaid. And then, it's just a teeny tiny one. Please, oh please. This was said by Priya to milkmaid. And now lastly, we are going to fill in these blanks together. So Milkmaid was walking to town with a dash of milk upon her head, with a pail of milk upon her head. Jojo walks dash to up to the milkmaid, walks straight up to the milk. So Milkmaid wants eggs to hatch into chicks. And then she wants to buy a beautiful gown with the money she gets from selling the chicks. So this is what she wanted to do. And now we have also filled in these blanks. And now you are going to attempt these descriptive questions in your notebook and you are going to find the answers of it from the chapter itself. Now we are going to do some more word building questions. Give the full form of the contractions. So contractions are the small or the short forms. We are going to find the full word out of it. For example, this is written in the short form and the full form is they are. Next up we have won't. So what is this going to be like? Would not. And then you have. Who is? She will. And then there is. Cannot. And then we are. Right? So this is how we did all these parts. We sometimes add un or dis before a word to change its meaning. They are prefixes. So un means not or the opposite of. Dis means not. So we at times use un or dis as prefix. Now these are the words which we use right in the beginning of a word to add more sense or find the opposite word of it. So we use un. For example, tidy's opposite would be untidy. So This just when added to tidy gave us exact the opposite of what we wanted. Now add the correct prefix un or dis to the words in A, then match them to their meanings in B. So first up we have unanswered, which is open to question, and then the next one is kind. So the opposite of this is going to be unkind. So this we are going to match with refusing to follow rules, harsh or rude, sad or not be visible anymore. So unkind is harsh or rude. Then it is going to be unhappy. That is going to be sad. And then it is going to be disappear. And that will be not be visible anymore. And lastly, it is going to be disobedient, which is refusing to follow rules. And next up we have, let's do grammar. So read these sentences. Once there was a milkmaid walking to town. This is a statement. And why won't you eat the eggs? This is a question. Next up we have, what else would I not eat the eggs? So why else would I not eat the eggs? This is an exclamatory statement. Be off with me. So this is a command. For example, stay away from me. This is also a command. So sentences are of four kinds: statements, questions, exclamatory and commands. So statements tell us something. They always end with a full stop. Questions ask us more about something. They always end with a question mark. So statements always tell us something and they end with a full stop. And likewise questions ask us something and they end with a question mark. After that, exclamatory sentences show strong feelings. For example, joy, sorrow, or excitement. They end with an exclamation mark. Right after that, we have commands. They tell us to do something. They end with a full stop. So commands are a kind of sentence which give us an order that you are supposed to do it. For example, switch off the lights. This means that this is a command and this is always followed by a full stop. So now read these sentences and identify their kind. So come on Jojo, what is this? Is this a statement, question, exclamatory sentence or a command? What exactly it is? It is a command. So we will write command here. And then Priya ran giggling to her friend. This is a statement. What did you say? This is a question. What a silly question. It has an exclamation mark. So this is an exclamatory sentence. Alas, I lost my way. This is also exclamatory. And then sit down, said the teacher to the students. This is also a command. I will buy a beautiful gown. This is a statement. And then, why do you care about me? This is a question. So this is how we ended up completing this one entire question. Now you are going to pronounce and write a few words over here. Now towards the end, you are going to again practice these life skills and fun time exercises. Now this was all that we were supposed to do today. I hope that you are able to understand this chapter and you are surely going to share it with your friends and family. I hope to see you super soon with one more new topic. Till then, take care of yourself and bye-bye.